Oh man, what up, man? It's your boy King Moses, live from the porch, man. And it's been a while since I've been able to sit on the porch and talk for a good amount of time, but it's needed, it's necessary for this one. I've been putting a bunch of shorts up, when stuff comes across my steps of the porch. This one needed a deeper dive into the topic. Um, this girl B Simone, Gypsy Jezebel, Bedwench, um, IG personality, whatever you want to call it, TikTok, choreographer, whatever, online, clout chaser, clout consumer, whatever you want to call it, is going viral for doing a interview with one of her best friends. I don't know this person. I know the B Simone chick, whatever, because I see stuff and hear people talking about it. I don't really care for it. I don't know what it is that she does. I do know that she wrote a book. Excuse me, she didn't write a book. She published a book or put out a book that was plagiarized. That people ended up saying that was plagiarized, but they forgave her, I guess, or whatever. She goes and makes skits and does stuff, whatever, and rubs elbows or is a groupie for celebrity people. And just like a lot of people that make content online, they now feel that they are celebrities, and maybe they are now in this new world of whatever celebrity is that they do. That's what their talent is. I feel that it's all clownish, coon, buffoon behavior, but people got to do what they got to do to make money. So whatever. Um, so it is what it is. But she's going viral with this girl, whatever, and I can kind of give the backstory of what I've seen. I could be wrong, but this is how I saw it. So apparently, this chick B Simone, she is on a downfall, a decline of popularity, because that's usually how it goes with a lot of this internet, social media celebrity. You could be viral at one point and popping and doing all this, and then after a while, you could get stale, not popular, and then people can't handle it. So they do other wild stuff to kind of get their viral moments back, whatever the case may be. And if you're not a person that has actual talent that can do more than just like, I don't know, a viral moment or say something stupid or do something stupid or ruffle somebody's feathers for people to react to get content and views and to troll, and you don't have actual talent, then you kind of get stuck in a box to just entertain and do what you do. And some people are fine with that. Some people are able to branch off and do more things, and do what you do. But she's in that bubble, I guess, that she's stuck and she's not as popular as she once was. She's not getting as much money as she was, or whatever. And a lot of these people, not just celebrities, but just people in general, are not financially literate or care. So they spend money as it's going to always keep coming in. And if they overspend, then they'll go get more, and that's not guaranteed in life. But apparently, she's having financial troubles and just popularity troubles, and she's not who she was. So here's a clip about one of her friends, her best friends, I guess, who was her friend before she was a quote unquote celebrity. She's kind of giving a backstory on what it really is to be friends with a quote unquote celebrity, or maybe it's just her. And I see both sides, where you don't want to be in a friendship with somebody where you are just giving, 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 and the other person's just taking, 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 or they're just like a burden to you, or like there's no elevation or no growth from that person. Kind of ironic where, you know, men, or some men, most men, ask that from a woman, but um, when it comes to friends or two girls, um, they can't do that or whatever, right? Or if it's just a friend, the optics change, where you're your own person, you're an adult, you should be able to, but that doesn't work with men and women. But I digress. So I get that you don't want to keep pacifying somebody and all that, but I also know that, if a friend is a true friend, you want to help them out. You don't want to be you are who you keep with your company. So you don't want to be with somebody that's having less than or struggling and you got a lot or you're comfortable. Not saying you got to have them at the same level as you, but you want them at a level where they're able to be comfortable as well and have opportunities to do for themselves and be able to pass that along. I feel that that mentality as black people as a whole is something that's holding us back. Where everybody is just for self and they are selfish and they are ruthless, and the moment that you do get help or people do try to help, people don't return the favor, whether it's back to them, the person that helped them, or to somebody else that needs help. That's how it should be. But some people don't want to help people because they don't want to get burned. I get it. But then why would you want to be around somebody? You got to elevate and you got to cut people off. Um, Sad to say, people grow and sometimes you can't take people in certain places or be around certain people because they have the same mentality or they have the same work ethic that they had before that is keeping them in a place where they're struggling. So I get that. But I'm not going to be a person where if I was a celebrity, I'm going to have my friends, they're just not going to be my friends anymore. We could be acquaintances, whatever, but I'm going to fully tell them whatever, like, hey, first of all, I'm going to try to help them. And I'm going to try to put them in a position to have opportunities to get their own. And if that's not working and they're still stagnant or they're still in the same mindset, you got to let them go. You can still love them from afar, but you got to move on. And you got to tell them that. Okay? But I'm not going to play the game of like, we still friends, we cool. I'm a millionaire, whatever, but my friend's still working at Walmart. My friend's homeless and all that. And I'm just like either just hanging around letting it happen, or they struggling. I'll give them some money here and there just to entertain myself or to feel better about myself. That's what I feel like a lot of women that are in that position do. Most women are more likely to be friends with a woman like this that's struggling and not give any advice or try to help out or whatever because it makes them feel better about themselves. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's just me. Old man King Moses just sitting from afar. Um, some men are like that, specifically celebrities, because they're just weird. That's why I don't really like celebrities and all that. I don't look up to them like a lot of people do. But in real life, regular life, where regular men work 9 to 5 or whatever the case may be, or entrepreneurs or people that have their own business, they're not celebrities or whatever. Men don't do that. They may have $1 million, right? And they may have friends. They don't want their friends. They're not going to be around friends that are homeless. They might be around friends that be like, okay, well, they might not be millionaires, but they got 100,000, 200,000 easy, whatever, of assets, liquid, or just in lifestyle or whatever the case may be. Or they might just be friends with dudes or whatever at certain aspects for just the type of persons that they are. Women are different. So I'm just telling you from a man's perspective or whatever, like, that's just how I kind of see it. That's how I view it. That's how I will look at it. But we're going to go into some of these clips or whatever and just kind of go over these reactions. It's like, it's crazy, man. Like, men should be careful about women like this. It looks good on the outside, but in the inside, it's all bad. And these type of women are the ones that are calling y'all broke, calling y'all sassy, calling y'all cheap, saying that y'all not good enough, whatever, because of the way y'all move. Whether you're not spending money on them, want them for their personality, not for their body per se, and you can overlook all that shit and see the type of person that they are. They're not good people to be with, and you're just not falling for the gypsy Jezebel financial trap of give me money, supply my temporary lifestyle, because it's not gonna last long. And even if you keep supplying it, they're going to get tired of it, and they're going to say, "Oh, well, I just want a normal lifestyle," because they can afford to say that, waking up in silk and satin sheets. But then once they get back to that normal lifestyle and living it for a little bit, they after their break is done, they want to go back to the big house. They want to go to the mansion, and that's not sustainable. You can't trust a person like that. So let me go ahead and play a couple of these clips and just see what these Gypsy Jezebel bed wenches are talking about, and just point out this irrational logic that they be talking about.
Being a best friend with a celebrity, everybody thinks that, oh, because you're connected to this person, then your life is just as grand as theirs, or you got
it, or they helping you.
Baby, didn't have a job, living with my parents, a single mom. All this happened to me this past year.
Jesus.
And then it's like, to not have resentment in my heart towards you because I saw you do this for other people. I saw you give a check to somebody to help them through whatever they went through. And it's like, God, like, nobody didn't give me a handout, but guess what? That wasn't your responsibility. God had to take me through that for my own season, for my own thing. I had to get my car repossessed.
Jesus.
I had to go through the food stamps line. I had to be on Medicaid because whatever I'm building my story too. But it's like, as a friend, somebody who has it, it's hard to digest. They're probably shocked.
So you can look at this both ways. I mean, both have a point where, again, I can see if somebody was, I don't know the whole backstory, but if somebody was really out there struggling like that and they've tried to help them, or they just kind of see that their work ethic is just like, man, if I help this person or whatever, they just going to burn me or whatever, da-da-da. And I'm not dealing with it, but why would I still continue to be their friend? It's kind of fake and phony. It's not transparent. I could also see on the friend side that's not the celebrity, quote unquote. She was envious of her friend or whatever, and see her, and it could be a situation where you automatically think your friend gonna take care of you, whatever. And you could just ride the coattails and just chill out. But also, it could be a situation where you could be on some old, I'm just having a bad luck streak or whatever, and my friend could give me a boost to get me back to where I need to be in order to grow and be better. Here's my thing. Let's flip this off and put this scenario as a man. What if this was two men talking about this? What would people say? They would be shocked and appalled. Oh, this man's a bum. He's getting food stamps. He's living with his mother. He owed child support. He's irresponsible. He's not a man. He's not taking care of his responsibilities. He's looking to be a leech off of his friend. You see how the conversations change when it's a woman, when it's a female? It's just my perspective. And then you got to look at a woman like this too, whatever. It's like, I always ask the questions behind the scenes, like, how did you even get here in this position? Because anything can happen to anybody, where it could just gradually rapidly just fall apart, right? But not all the times is like that. More often than not, this is overtime. And a lot of stuff could have been avoided for you to even get here in a situation. So the fact that you in a situation where people lose their jobs all the time, I think you can protect yourself by being financially responsible and literate, to be able to get through a rough patch if you are unemployed for a period of time or whatever. Things happen, but you can make some adjustments where you dial back on the way you spend your money for a period of time. You have money saved up because you not spending all the money that you just get in, whatever. Like, everything's gonna be okay and just gonna be like this for the rest of your life, because it's not. That's not how life works. But I'm just disgusted that a woman can't be an adult and it's okay. because this stuff happens to people all the time. I think just the narrative changes between man and woman. I don't like that. But as men, you should be used to that. It should be normal to us. And it's just like, whatever. Double standards. But yeah, that's just nasty. And just like, how did you even get in a situation where you have to get food stamps? And it's like, maybe this should be a lesson learned for people in general, men and women. But I can't talk to women because I don't think they listen. Most women don't listen. They're going to do what they're going to do. They think for feelings. Men think logically. Most men. But yeah, you got to prepare for stuff like this. And then these be the same women that don't need a dude that has a 9-to-5, which we'll get into in a second. Or the dude that's only making $70,000, $80,000. That's not good enough until you're in a position where you're not getting these millionaires or $500,000 dudes that is taking you all these places. They had enough of you, whatever, and the spotlight ain't on you, and you burnt the bridges with all those other dudes that was just, making $80,000, $90,000. Well, making $100,000, but not spending money like that. Not flashy lifestyle. And now you can't go back because you burnt that bridge. And I ask men to keep that stance of don't take a woman back that, oh, you was up and you was high almighty and you was shitting on us or whatever. And now all of a sudden, now you down and you need help. You're not going to be the one to help build her back up. You're not going to be the one to rescue her. Let them starve. Let nature take its course. Because people like this shouldn't even be having this mentality in the first place. Maybe if you didn't, you wouldn't be in a situation where you would have to dig out of the hole on your own or hope to get rescued by some man. Now, let's get into the part 2 of this where, this friend is, telling her story about how she was down bad and, the life of a friend that's a celebrity ain't that glorious. And the celebrity is telling her how she kind of felt jealous that her friend was able to, quote unquote, pull up out of her situation. Now, she's going to explain that she has this mentality that she's not jealous of what the person has because she doesn't want that. But she wants all of her friends or people that she cares about to work and build together. And I get that, but I wouldn't be upset or mad that a person that was struggling that could have used my help pulled their way out of it. I'm going to congratulate them and okay, now I see something, maybe we could work together and, I think she was envious and she would probably get more satisfaction out of seeing people struggle. Back to my point about most women, seeing her friend struggle and feeling like, well, I can always feel better by myself because I'm not that person. I'm better than that person. And they kind of feel envious or their spot being threatened when their friend gets to a level that they never expected they would get without them. And some people also get their jollies off of, oh, I helped this person, I put this person on, I want my credit, me personally, I'm not that type of person. I will help somebody just because I genuinely care, not to get credit or kudos or just to be like, oh, throw it back in a person's face. That's kind of crazy to me. That's whack. But that's just how some people are. But let's go ahead and hear what she got to say, whatever, about her experience.
I have this opportunity and I called you and I told you about it. And you were just like, okay. Mm-hmm. And you called me back.
I called her right back, y'all. I was so convicted. I was so convicted.
You were like, I didn't like how I felt when you told me that. And I was like, what do you mean? You were like, I don't know what it is. I'm talking this out in real time. But whatever it is, I don't like what I felt. And I said, did you feel jealous? And you were like, I don't think I feel jealous. Because we went through all the emotions. She's like, are you angry? Are you sad? Are you jealous? I was like, I'm not jealous because I don't want what you have. I'm just
I'm sad and I'm angry and I'm upset that I'm not doing it with me.
Yeah.
Like, we're not working together.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have that. Y'all, let me tell you something. Anybody that's in my circle, I want to work with you. I want to put you on. I'm putting you in position. I like doing it together.
You do.
How can we do this together? How can we make money together? How can we build together? How can we grow together? How can we all pitch in together? How can we be millionaires I want to do it together.
Yeah.
And there was a point in my life where I had that and it was crumbled. So I feel like since that has ended, that season, I've always yearned for it again. But it's just been a season of solitude for 2 damn years.
Maybe the longest season ever.
The longest season ever.
Yeah.
And I think, I know that's what it was. But I was so convicted. I called you right back. I was like, that's not right.
Yeah.
Like, your friend, she just told me she was doing something so bomb.
Yeah.
So great. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I was like, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
This has to get out of my heart.
For sure.
Like, what?
But if we just did that, nobody's looking for the perfect friend.
Man.
I just want my friends to be aware.
And honest.
So there you go, man. Like, you see a lot of women that are just envious of each other, but they'll still fake and front like, you know, that's my homegirl, whatever, da-da-da. And from my opinion, that's why you see men have easier times building relationships with other men as far as friendships. They last longer. They're more honest. And, you know, the women, they tend to fall out. They're unpredictable. And they are harder to get along with each other because there's always lack of transparency, honesty, jealousy, envy. Most men don't do that. And I'm not saying all women do that, but that's usually how it goes. But that's just what that is. So again, men, you see these type of women all the time. You need to stay away from these type of women. And when they display this type of behavior, keep them at a far distance or deal with them accordingly. And then when they say certain things and act certain ways, it's easy to spot. Now, this is how she even got in this situation in the first place, because of this 9-to-5 thing or whatever. And it could be partially trolling, partially that's how she really felt. And even with the trolling aspect, with the truth, how she felt, she wanted to get a rise out of people to make money. But it's going to come to a time where women are going to realize that money isn't everything. And it's going to really hurt them where you get these men that really treat them like crap and shit. Literally on some P. Diddy shit. It's going to take a bunch of that happening for women to realize that, you know, respect is higher, morals and values are higher than money. And then they'll stop trying to prostitute themselves and just get with somebody because they have money. Money is important, but it's not everything. But yeah, this is when she was talking about the 9-to-5 dude. So now all the people that were like 9-to-5 or 50-50 relationship are like, well, you wouldn't be in this situation if you were with somebody that had a 9-to-5 or was, you know, not the super flashy lifestyle type person or whatever. And some people need to realize that chasing this type of lifestyle isn't all it's cracked up to be. It sounds nice, it looks good or whatever, but it's not real. It's not sustainable. It's a big crash and burn. It's very volatile. And it drives people crazy. And what people are doing for clout and how people react off of clout is a sickness. It's worse than crack. But let's see what she got to say again about what she was saying about the 9-to-5s that had everybody just like, yeah, there's Gypsy.
Okay, love you. You want to hop on a flight tomorrow? I have a meeting in out of town. You want to go? Okay, let's go. Okay, you understand my life. You understand what I'm going through. I want to manifest that. What do you want in a man? What do you want? Let's start there. What do you want? Let's manifest it, baby. You can have it. Whatever you want, you can have it. Manifest that shit. Ain't nothing wrong with a nigga with a 9-to-5. Ain't nothing wrong with an entrepreneur ass nigga. Manifest whatever you want. I want to manifest an entrepreneur ass husband. I don't care what you do. Entrepreneur, graphic designer, sell t-shirts, sell drugs, rapper. You could be a rapper. I'm becoming rapper, D-list. I don't rebuy my book. I'm about to rebuy my book so I can manifest my husband.
And finally, I mean, they tell on themselves, and you see this stuff all the time. So it's like y'all men should know the play. People should know the play, man. So it's just like y'all got to get it together and really let them starve out, man. Let them die out, and yeah, man. Simple as that. They tell on themselves or whatever. So that's how she feels. She's entitled to it. Let her find that person and have happiness. But when they no longer are happy with what they found or they can't find it anymore, don't let them come back on the other side, because it's not genuine. They're just taking a break until they can get back to what they wanted. And then, yeah, finally, this was the other one that made it really viral, whatever, which is crazy. She was crying about her finances so bad that she can't shop at Bloomingdale's anymore, that she has to shop at H&M. Again, I've always preached financial literacy and financial responsibility. If you haven't learned anything yet since COVID about these finances and spending or whatever, and the older that we get, some of the stuff should be not that important, or if it is that important, you have to maintain a level of income or focus to get what it is you want to maintain it or to build upon it. But you can't just automatically say, oh, well, I'm going to buy, and money's going to still keep coming in. And then I'm going to spend more and not have anything saved up for bad times or when the money stops coming in. But let's see what she got to say, man.
It's just my finances. Like, the budgeting, you see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah.
Like, I notice it in me now, just nitpicking. And it's not even, I just don't have it like to spend the liquid.
Yeah.
I'm used to having liquid. I'm used to seeing a certain amount in my account.
But you're
So what does that sound like? If that were a man, you would call him a brokey, cheap. He's not a man. But again, women get away with this where they want that feeling, but logic doesn't kick in. It's cool when they do it, but it's a problem. And I don't think a man would want to be in a situation like this. I just ask people to be adults, be financially responsible, enjoy life, obviously, but stop living in this fantasy world. Let's live in reality. Anything that you get that comes along the way that you weren't planning for or is a blessing from God, cherish it, embrace it. Stop putting other people down over money and clothes and materialistic stuff, because what can be given can be taken away. And if you truly want to be with somebody because of the type of person that they are, not because of what they look like, because looks can change, looks can go away. Stop being with people with their financial status and how much money they have, because that can be taken away. Would you still want to be with that person if they didn't have the looks or the money or the materialistic stuff? If not, then you got to reevaluate what you're doing out here and be smart. Stop having babies by people, whatever, that think like this, act like this, do stuff like this, because it messes up the household, messes up the world, especially us as black people. And that's why I have to keep praying for these kids, because they grow up seeing this stuff, emulating this stuff. They grow around this stuff, and it's not cool. Let me know what you think, man. Like, subscribe, comment, all that other stuff. You know how I do, man. It's for the know, not the show. It's your boy King Moses, live from the porch, man. I'm out.